Hey guys, it is me again. It's Jennifer Don Gaviola, and I wanted to share another video today. This one was actually inspired by a conversation I had yesterday in my Quiet Voice Big Impact Mastermind. So I wanted to talk about it for our community. So I titled it this live, Don't Kill My Vibe. So the question that my student asked was, what do you do to stay aligned, to keep your vibe right when you're out being visible and then someone says something negative towards you, or you get some shade, some negative energy towards you, when you're just out there just trying to like show up and serve, right? Which is a very common question as you're putting yourself out there as an introvert. So I have a few tips to help you honor your energy and stay deeply connected with yourself, because your energy is everything as an introvert. It's so important. It's your fuel. And so it's so important that you do everything that you need to do to feel aligned and centered and grounded, so that when you do engage with the world, it's from a place of power, where you're directing your energy and not you're not reacting. You're not allowing life to dictate how you move in the world. It's really about you directing your day with your energy, right? It's a more of a powerful stance. So my first tip to help you is to really set an intention for how you want to feel and how you want others to feel when you go out and engage either online or in person. So for example, if let's say you're going to a networking event, you're gonna meet people there, really set the intention or say a prayer that you want this experience to feel whatever positive experience you want it to feel. So for example, you want it to feel life affirming for you. You want it to feel joyful, light, easy, fun. And for the people that engage with you, you want them to feel acknowledged, heard, connected, right? And you want maybe the overall experience to feel like a win-win, right? So set the intention first. That will help you get clear on how you want the engagement to go down. So really, that's a powerful exercise to do. And you can apply that to anything whenever you need to engage with anybody, on a client call, online, in groups, networking, anything. But setting the tone for how you want it to go down. Again, you are then taking your power back, because you're being clear on how you want to direct your energy. Okay, and then the next tip is to know your value. Know that your value can only come from you, and not to essentially give your power away by seeking other people's validation. So I shared a video a few weeks ago about people pleasing and overgiving. So it's human nature that we want to feel accepted, right? And to feel a part of the group, liked. But at the end of the day, what's most important is that you like yourself, and that you approve of yourself, and that you validate yourself. And so that takes practice to really cultivate that muscle for you. But when you really own that belief, that self-belief that you have value, no matter what happens outside of you, then it's really liberating, because then you don't have to keep seeking other people's approval, whether it be good or bad. Like, you're not attached to the outcome. You can just show up as you, and that's very liberating for you to just show up in that way. Okay, and then the next tip to help you keep your vibe right is to create clear boundaries to fill your cup and protect your energy. So ultimately, what you're responsible for is only your energy, how you show up, right? And it's like I tell my clients, my students, it's your being responsible. You're responding. You're not reacting, right? You're just taking responsibility for what's yours. So I always also say, what's yours is yours. What's mine is mine. So it's again having clear boundaries that when you do show up, serve, it's like you're responsible for. You have set an intention that you want to show up in excellence and in service, right? To be helpful to people. And if people react a certain way to you, especially in a negative way, that's not yours to own. I mean, it's, of course, human nature, it may hurt your feelings, but really we can't take on that weight and burden ourselves with what other people think of us. Again, it takes practice, but the more you can fill your cup and know that your value can only be defined by you, and what you're responsible for is just how you show up and the energy that you bring into the room, how you respond. You're not going to react, you're going to respond and for your highest good. And so it just really encourage you not to take on too much of other people's stuff, because then you again get back in that cycle of trying to seek other people's approval. Okay, and then the last tip I want to share is try your best not to take it personally. Okay, so feel what you feel in the moment. You may feel offended if someone says something negative to you. You may get your feelings hurt. Definitely feel it, because we're human, we're not robots. So feel what you're feeling, and then set an intention, a prayer to let it go, because it's not yours to own. So what I found is for people, whenever you excuse me, come across people who tend to be haters or trolls, it's really never about you. I'm sure you've heard this phrase, hurt people hurt people. And ultimately, people, if they project negativity towards you, they're really showing you their wounds. It's really not about you. You just happen to trigger them. But if you trigger them, that's really not for you to own, because your intention is not to go out there and just like upset people. Your intention is to show up fully, shine your light. If your presence triggers people, that's actually on them. So you can, respond in a way that has grace and compassion towards the person, but it's not for yours. You don't have to own that and blame yourself like you did something wrong. So what I like to do is just like bless them, and then you just have to keep it moving, because again, it's just like you're not here on this earth to seek other people's approval. You're here to really own who you are and show up from that place, show up fully from that place. And that's your responsibility. You came into this life for a divine purpose. So there are going to be people that are for you, and then there's going to be people that are not for you. And you just have to be okay with that. So I hope these tips have been helpful. I did also want to share this poem that I wrote recently, and I felt like this was good timing. The poem is called Bless the Hater, because believe me, I've experienced my own experiences with this, and it's like you just have to not take it personally. So here's my poem, Bless the Hater. Their truth is not your truth. Their truth is their pain. Therefore, their pain has never been your truth to own. Right? So again, it's about being responsible for who you are, owning what's yours, taking responsibility for your energy, your vibe, your presence. You show up with the intention to serve, with the intention to be good to people, good to yourself. So it's a win-win for everyone involved. And if there's people out there that you just happen to trigger, that's not your responsibility. Handle it with grace. You don't have to get in a fighting match with them. Just take yourself out of that situation, keep it moving, because there's going to be more people in your life that are for you than against you. I promise you that. So, hi Carissa, happy you're here on the live. So we've been just talking about how to title this "Don't Kill My Vibe." So really, the question I had, one of my students asked in my mastermind yesterday, like, as you're becoming more visible and you do what you need to get aligned, and then you're out there being brave and being visible, and then you get negative responses. So how do you handle that? So definitely watch the replay, Carissa. Hopefully this will be helpful for you. If this resonates with you and you're interested in really cultivating that ability to shine fully, share your voice, and attract the right people, all in the spirit of excellence as your own leader, I invite you to schedule a complimentary discovery call with me. You can email me at info@dawningsoul.com, or you can just send me a private message. But my intention is to really help you get clear, and especially with the new year coming around, help you just map out your strategy. But again, it's just all based on like this deep level of attunement with yourself, knowing your value, and then taking inspired action steps that feel aligned with that, so you can really serve who you're meant to serve and make the impact that you're meant to make without worrying so much about carrying the burden of what other people think. Because I think that's, as an introvert myself, I think that's a big block that we can have, that keeps us from really showing up fully, keeps us more in our in our shell, because we want to hide from the criticism. But we have to be brave and really focus more on the truth of, as long as your intention is to be of service, you cannot take what others say about you. You can't take it personally. And I think it's actually good to, if you get people who are triggered, to me that shows that you're standing in your light, because it's like you're being unapologetically you, and it's eliciting some sort of response. You're activating some level of change, right? And it's not like yours, again, it's not yours to own if someone's like negative towards you, but it's like, oh, okay, well, what you're sharing is activating some sort of resistance to hopefully inspire change within that person. That's what I think about. It's like, it's not like if what I share triggers someone, I know who I am, I know my value, so I'm never wanting to hurt people's feelings on purpose. I definitely always want to hear people out, try to, if it's a good friend, try to make amends. But at the end of the day, if it's someone you don't know, you cannot carry that weight with you, because you have a very special purpose out here to do, and you can't burden yourself with other people's stuff, because that's not yours. It's just not yours. So I hope this is helpful, and I'll be sharing more videos. I hope you've been enjoying this video series. I've been enjoying them. So hope it's serving you. Please share your biggest takeaway. And if you have any questions about this topic, you can also tag me. And again, if you would like to connect, just let me know at info@dawningsoul.com, or send me a private message. But I hope you have a beautiful weekend. Bye, guys.